Sam Altman is a legendary technology investor and the CEO of OpenAI. He sits at the absolute center of the artificial intelligence revolution. When we look at the rise of AI, we naturally assume the people getting rich are all elite programmers and genius computer scientists. We assume that unless you can write complex code, you will be permanently left behind in poverty. But the truth is incredibly shocking. Sam Altman actually predicts that the most successful people in the AI era will not be programmers at all. They will be the people who understand human psychology and how to solve real problems. Society intensely believes that artificial intelligence is a magical money printing machine that only works for tech billionaires. We assume that if you just buy the right AI stock or learn how to write a few prompts, you will instantly become rich. We view AI as a shortcut to skip hard work entirely. We are taught that the machine will just do everything for us. But the truth is exactly the opposite. Expecting AI to magically make you rich without any real skills is the exact psychological mechanism that guarantees your wealth will be permanently destroyed. Before we dive in, remember this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Welcome to TAFA Finance, where we explain investing concepts in a simple way. The concept we are talking about today is the iron hammer. Think of artificial intelligence exactly like a massive, incredibly powerful iron hammer. If you are a master carpenter who already knows how to build a beautiful house, handing you a powered hammer makes you 100 times faster. You can build a mansion in a week. But if you have absolutely no idea how to build a house, handing you the world's most advanced hammer does not help you. You will just smash the wood and destroy the materials. The hammer does not build the house. The carpenter does. The modern economy is exactly the same. AI does not create wealth. It simply amplifies the actual skills you already have. Let us look at the expectation versus reality trap that catches almost every modern educated professional working in the world today. Imagine a hardworking corporate employee making $70,000 USD a year. They hear that AI is the future. They feel a burning sense of FOMO. They want to get rich quick. So they buy a $500 USD online course on how to make faceless AI YouTube videos. They spend weeks generating generic robotic scripts and low-quality voiceovers. They upload 50 videos and expect to make $10,000 USD a month in passive income. 2 months later, they check their account. They have made exactly $0. They feel an intense, crushing sense of defeat. They assume the algorithm is rigged against them. Here's the problem with that plan. Their biological need for instant gratification completely hijacks their logical brain. To soothe their anxiety about falling behind, they try to use AI as a replacement for human value. Fast forward 5 years into the future. AI models have become incredibly advanced. Anyone can generate a video in 3 seconds. The smart employee is now competing against millions of other people doing the exact same robotic thing. Mathematically, their financial life is a total disaster. The value of generic AI content dropped to zero. Even worse, by obsessing over quick AI money, they literally missed out on 5 years of developing a rare, valuable human skill. They traded their actual long-term freedom for the temporary comfort of feeling like they were part of a trend. Contrast this exhausting, miserable cycle with the approach of elite tech minds like Sam Altman. When legendary innovators analyze the AI shift, they completely reject the popular instinct to look for lazy shortcuts. Altman understands that when AI makes intelligence cheap and abundant, the only thing left that has value is human taste and judgment. He does not invest in companies that just wrap a generic interface around an AI model. He invests in founders who have a deep, painful understanding of a specific industry. He ruthlessly disconnects his ego from the hype. He realized that using AI to generate mediocre work faster is mathematically suicidal. He values absolute quality and unique human insight over the temporary dopamine hit of using a new tool. This is not just a psychological theory. The real-world economic data behind technological revolutions is absolutely terrifying for anyone trying to take the easy way out. A deep dive into historical automation reveals a devastating truth known as the paradox of automation. Data shows that when a task becomes highly automated, the value of the human managing the automation actually skyrockets, but only if they are an expert. When ATMs were introduced, bank tellers did not disappear. Their jobs just became more complex and focused on relationship building. Why does this data matter? Because it mathematically proves that your own laziness is exponentially more dangerous than AI taking your job. The data absolutely destroys the myth that AI will do the hard work for you. By using AI to be average, you are simply painting a massive financial target on your own back. Here's the part that surprises almost everyone. Highly intelligent, deeply educated people are actually the fastest demographic to fall into the AI trap. Why do smart people willingly sabotage their wealth by using technology to be lazy? It comes down to three deeply ingrained psychological traps that completely bypass human logic and intelligence. First, the novelty bias. The human brain evolved over millions of years to be intensely distracted by new, shiny objects. In ancient history, noticing a new movement in the bushes kept you alive from predators. Your brain is biologically wired to release a massive wave of dopamine when you interact with novel technology. Today, when you generate a beautiful image with AI in 5 seconds, your brain registers the exact same biological reward. You falsely believe that because the tool is amazing, the output is valuable. You literally trade your future compounding assets just to satisfy your primitive biological need for novel stimulation. You pay a massive financial premium just to soothe your biological boredom. Altman hacked this by actively ignoring the shiny new features and focusing 100% of his mental energy on the boring, underlying utility. Second, the path of least resistance. The human brain is a biological machine violently optimized to conserve calories. When given a choice between doing hard research or pressing a button to let an AI write a generic essay, your brain violently pushes you toward the button. You suddenly start ignoring the fact that the essay is boring and lacks soul. You only focus on how much time you saved. Because your primitive brain is obsessed with energy conservation, doing hard work feels like a biological threat. You violently procrastinate your actual skill development because generating mediocre AI content feels like a faster path to emotional safety. You protect your fragile ego, but you completely destroy your financial foundation. Altman hacked this by actively seeking out the hardest problems. He brutally suppressed his desire for easy wins to ensure he always built something truly defensible. Third, the identity trap. We naturally assume that using the latest technology dictates our worth as a modern professional. When you confidently tell your friends you use AI for everything, your entire identity becomes fused with being an early adopter. Sitting quietly and reading a difficult book to gain deep knowledge feels passive. It feels slow. Using AI to summarize a book in 10 seconds feels like powerful, decisive action that proves your intelligence. You falsely believe that because you are using the tools, you are winning the game. The human brain completely tricks you. Because your wealth is tied up in a generic output anyone can copy, you exhaust your mental energy worrying about the next software update. You trap your future in decades of financial stress simply because feeling futuristic triggered your primitive reward system. Altman hacked this by realizing that true status is having a unique, irreplaceable human perspective, not a fast internet connection. Here's the catch. You can completely rewrite this toxic biological programming by attacking the root identity of your fear rather than just trying to learn more software prompts. You cannot just rely on manual willpower to stop being lazy. You need a cold, hard system to protect your money from your own emotional brain. Decide that today you will build the human foundation first. You must establish a strict mechanical rule, forcing yourself to master a skill before you use AI to speed it up. If you want to use AI to write marketing copy, you must first spend 3 months studying human psychology and sales. Do not rely on your feelings when a new tool promises instant results. Focus on setting a hard mathematical limit that you will only use AI to amplify a skill you already possess. You mathematically force your logical brain to take control back from your emotional brain. You build unstoppable psychological momentum by becoming an expert first and an AI user second. Decide that today you will actively seek out friction. Stop relying on your primitive instincts to avoid hard work. Your primitive brain is just as lazy and exhausted as everyone else. You must establish a strict mechanical boundary that prevents you from falling into the novelty trap. Before you use AI for a task, ask yourself if doing it manually will teach you a valuable lesson. You mathematically trap yourself into doing the hard reps while safely starving your biological urge to take the easy way out. Decide that today you will decouple your ego from the tool. Your financial anxiety is directly influenced by how closely you tie your identity to keeping up with trends. You must completely remove the human ego from your daily environment. Stop bragging about how fast you generated a project using AI. You must decide today that true status is not looking like a tech wizard in front of your friends. True status is having a massive cushion of liquid cash because you solved a deeply complex human problem that no machine could understand. By letting go of the need to look futuristic, you mathematically free up your mental energy to focus entirely on buying back your time. Big takeaway. The absolute fastest way to stay permanently broke is to deeply believe that artificial intelligence is a magic wand that replaces hard work. True wealth is not about perfectly writing software prompts to finally feel smart. True wealth is about absolutely refusing to surrender your capital to a primitive emotional need for shortcuts. True wealth is owning the boring, invisible digital systems that compound your unique human judgment over time, while everyone else is panicking and destroying their peace of mind trying to compete with free algorithms. If you look at your past and realize you have completely panicked and wasted money on an AI shortcut because you were terrified of falling behind, take a deep breath. Do not panic. You are not stupid. You are not lazy. You are not a weak person destined for failure. You are simply fighting against millions of years of human tribal evolution that relentlessly prioritizes your immediate social status and energy conservation over your long-term survival. You are fighting this battle against a massive financial marketing machine designed to monetize your insecurity and FOMO. Wanting to find a shortcut is completely normal. The problem only starts when that desire begins making your financial decisions for you. Acknowledging this psychological warfare is the very first step to escaping it. You have the ultimate power to step out of your comfort zone and fix the bugs in your operating system right now. If you found value in this breakdown, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so we can keep making these videos for you. Let me know down in the comments. What is one lazy shortcut you tried to take recently that ended up costing you money? Be honest. I read every single one. Also, check out this other video on the screen right now where we break down another massive investing myth. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.